away we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Buzz About East Brunswick. Episode 26 is finally upon us, and we are broadcasting. We're podcasting to you live from the East Brunswick Public Library. I'm Greg T. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend. It is Mayor Cohen himself.
Hey.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good. I just got done talking about it. Your schedule is unbelievable. There is nobody that I know that can keep the schedule that you have with everything that's going on. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what you does. Your wife and kids, do they ever see you?
Not a lot, but
I was gonna say.
but there are times we got to fit it in. It's actually got to be scheduled.
Unreal. So we are coming off the heels of I guess Valentine's Day weekend.
Yes.
How was your Valentine's Day weekend?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very busy as usual, right? I told you not much on the schedule. Even that has to be scheduled.
Well, on top of that, you also did something really special. You got a chance to celebrate Ramadan and also Lunar New Year. No?
Yeah, and not necessarily here. Like
Right.
we had a Ramadan celebration here in East Brunswick, which we've been doing now. I think this is our 6th year.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually, I believe, the second township to celebrate that at the municipal complex. First was Jersey City. They were number one, but I think we did it the following year. There might have been one or two others, but we were one of the earliest. But we're now on the 6th year of doing that, so we had a pretty good turnout. It was normally done on an outside, but when we started doing it, Ramadan was in a little more temperate time of year.
Yeah.
Now it's in the middle of the winter.
Oh, this winter has been awful for all of us.
Yeah.
It really is.
So that was done inside here at the library. It was very nice and pretty good attendance. But
I noticed some of the pictures that you guys had posted on the township site and everything about the library. It was standing room only. It was so crowded.
it
here.
was
It drew a big crowd.
I think we did it indoors. I think it might not have been as crowded and as many people showing up if it was outside. We wouldn't have to dig out an area of the snow. It was very cold out. But once we said we were going to do it inside, I think it allowed more people to come that would have probably stayed away.
Right.
And then we get invited regularly even to other towns that have started doing it after us.
Was it Somerset? Is that where you went to?
Somerset, Franklin.
Yeah.
We were, me and Rob, economic
Rob
development
Zuckerman,
officer, we both went out there and they had a very nice celebration. But you could see that these things are growing, including Lunar New Year, which we've been doing here for a long time as well. And now I must have about 10 Lunar New Year celebrations from all different organizations that I'm invited to, not only the ones that we do, but now it's really become such a big thing done at municipal buildings, private organizations are doing it, groups, schools, and I've been going to those actually since I was on the school board.
Oh, wow.
So now it's the Year of the Horse. This is actually
the Fire Horse.
It's the second time I'm doing a Year of the Horse because it's a 12-year zodiac calendar. And so the last time I was on a school board, that's when we had the Year of the Horse. So that's how long I've been going to some of these celebrations, and I think it's great. And to see it growing is even greater. And the best thing of all is that as you start to go to a lot of these celebrations of something that's particular to a culture, you actually start to see that other people that are part of the community are going there as well that aren't necessarily, the Asians are now having their celebrations with other people in the community who are not Asian and Muslims who people who are not Muslim. So it's really showing how the bridges are starting to come together between communities where we really learn about one another. That's great.
You're right. It really is great. And I think the one that you guys did, like I said, here in East Brunswick, it was really an amazing turnout. It was fantastic. And I do think it's awesome that, we're finally reaching that point where so many other religions and so many of their holidays are finally being observed by so many different towns and things. And East Brunswick does a great job of recognizing a lot of these.
Yeah,
they really do.
And some of them aren't religious, right? Like Lunar New Year is not religious.
Right, no.
But it's important to those cultures. And I think it's important to them to know that we want to share in their events, their food, their customs. It's really what makes a
I'm with you on that.
community come together. So I'm very proud of what we do here. And I'm really happy that we're getting invited to other places where they're doing the same thing.
Terrific.
Yep.
Today is also what they call Fat Tuesday.
Yes.
So, I mean, what a way to transition. And so it's the end of Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday, and today's the big parade and the beads and whatnot.
Right.
And prior to us getting on, we were talking about whether or not you and I have ever been. I've never been. I've only seen videos and stories, and pictures.
To New Orleans?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're bat-ass crazy there. So and
you've
then
been.
well, not to
Not to Mardi Gras.
Not to Mardi Gras, but I've been there for Halloween. It's just as nutty.
Really? I can imagine.
I mean, down to Bourbon Street and all of the...
Yeah.
Because there's a zillion pubs, a zillion music that's going on. It's very loud and boisterous. It's crowded. And the costumes and is really just at a different level than what we're used to.
Right.
But we went down years ago with friends for Halloween.
Wow.
That's
got to be a bucket list for people.
Well,
for sure.
Telling you got to be very careful because you could see that as the night went on.
Yeah.
It got to be a little dangerous, right? Some people do some crazy stuff there.
Too much alcohol, it does wonders, people.
So we decided as a group that we were going to go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
And I was like, gosh, I flew all the way down here to enjoy it. Why are we going in so early? But all of my friends who grew up in more urban areas than I did recognized that it wasn't that safe.
Okay.
And I was like not seeing it.
Not paying attention to it, right.
So we go into the hotel and we were having a great time with our friends and having some food and some drinking. And we hear all this loud noise outside. And I just figured that's part of what they do.
Yeah, right.
But the next morning we wake up and I'm watching the news and I see that there was a murder that took place in New Orleans. Right? In Bourbon Street, which is where our hotel was. And I look at the outside of our window, I look downstairs and I see this yellow crime scene tape.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, are you telling me that murder that they just saw on the news was right there? And they said that it literally happened a little bit after midnight, which is just about the time we got into the hotel.
Wow.
So listening to all that noise, which I just assumed was normal. And evidently was where one of the 11 murders that took place that evening.
Holy cow.
Took place. So I'm like, wow, we really got out of there in the nick of time.
I'll say.
And obviously I grew up in a suburb. I have no idea what to even look for, but everyone around me certainly did.
Right.
And so, yeah, there's a border between being nutty and being dangerous.
Right.
And we were on that line.
Oh my God, that's a crazy story there. Yeah, I've always dreamt about what it would be like to go. Like I said, I've seen the videos and the pictures, and I'm like, I could place myself there. I'm like, oh, I know I'd be on top of this building, or I'd be throwing beads out this way. But maybe it's a good thing that I never was, because I could get a little out of control.
It was definitely a lot of fun. There was a spirit of everybody just being friends and sharing the moment.
It is a good, right. It looks like a good time with everybody.
But then, you wake up the next morning and go out jogging at 7 in the morning, and I'm stepping on cans of, and it smells like a frat party.
Oh, I'm sure it is an enormous frat party. That's probably the perfect example of that place.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Definitely.
So then let's touch on something else. Over the weekend, we did a ribbon cutting at a dentistry.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you kept on reiterating is, I think we're starting to coin this phrase now, medical mile of East Brunswick. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We've been doing a lot of ribbon cuttings because we see a lot of businesses coming into town.
Right.
As opposed to concentrating on places that close, because that's going to happen. That's a natural cycle. Not every business survives. But we see a lot that are coming in. But what we've really done is to focus some of those ribbon cuttings on the medical practices and the medical mile on Cranberry Road that we have here. And that extends, by the way, to parts of Route 18 where Hackensack is looking to do something at the mall, and you've got Robert Wood that's already has a facility on Route 18. St. Peter's is looking. So clearly all of the big medical institutions have looked to this area, and because we have surrounding us such large medical systems, it's become a natural place for doctors to have offices. Many people from outside the area know, oh yeah, Cranberry Road, one of my doctors is there. And not just doctors, but chiropractors and dentists and any physical therapists, all of the healthcare, life science industry
Yeah.
seems to be consolidated on that mile of Cranberry Road.
This is incredible.
And so that
like this right now.
when they open, we want to highlight them as well. They're an important part of the business community
Sure.
here. So that was really, we did one a couple weeks ago for an orthopedic group that came here. And the interesting thing about that is that they're literally located in an office space right across the hall from another orthopedic group, and they're both busy.
Wow.
So bringing more in actually serves to enforce the fact that we're a medical corridor and it's not keeping away competition. They all seem to do well here.
Well, hats off. I think that's great. It really is. I kept on, little by little, I'm hearing you drop that phrase. And I think it's something that we definitely should stop and, spotlight that we're becoming this medical mile, but a lot more, pharmaceutical companies
I
are
don't
coming
want
here now.
to steal credit for it. It actually started under Bill Neary when they envisioned and did the zoning that allowed for all of those.
But you're continuing.
But it's morphed beyond
Right,
that from when he originally thought about it to what it is today.
Yeah.
We have really that has really just ballooned.
Yeah. Well, I remember a couple of weeks ago, we just did a ribbon cutting for another pharmaceutical company. Remember that you walked through the factory? Right. And when we were talking to one of their chief CEOs, or I forget who it was that we were speaking with, but he had said that the reason why they had decided to move their company here to East Brunswick is they felt like it was the center of that of the pharma. They really felt like there's so much happening here in East Brunswick.
Jersey in general has been well known to be the backbone of the pharmaceutical industry, and a lot of them are here. But in our particular region of Route 1, Route 287, Central Jersey, there's a massive buildup of those types of companies and the companies that support them. And the reason for that is, one, we support that industry here.
That's great.
But we have the workforce, right? It's usually highly trained individuals in these life science fields that they're seeking that are pretty good paying jobs. And those individuals, those people live here. So a lot of times people start to think, why are they coming here? It's so expensive to live here. But the rent is not really the rate limiter for a lot of those companies. The rate limiter is finding the workforce.
Yep.
So you could be in a less expensive area of the world, but they don't want to have to import the labor. It's already here.
Gotcha.
So that's why they're here, and that's why it keeps growing, and we're proud to be part of that.
Well, even yourself, you're a doctor, and your practice is right here in East Brunswick as well.
Yeah, but the life science industry is beyond that. I'm talking about pharmaceuticals, cell gene research, photonics, biotech.
You got me on this. A lot of this. You got me on this now.
Biotechnology.
It's above my pay grade.
Physics, all of those industries, and then the industries that support them. So if remember, SciServe opened up a couple weeks ago, and that's an industry that has a business here that stores and freezes a lot of the chemicals and the cell gene type of therapies that are being used because they need to be close to airports so that you can get it to patients very quickly. So our location being in the center of this whole mid-Atlantic area, close to two airports, really close to transportation hubs, it makes us such a great spot.
Yeah.
And so the rent and the cost of real estate isn't the driver. The workforce, the location.
Amazing. There you go. I think it's great. It really is. I'm learning so much more. I think this whole journey, even though we have a reason why we're doing this podcast. It's been a lesson for me. I think I'm learning a lot about what's going on in East Brunswick. I'm very proud of this town.
Well, I think we should be proud of the town. We should be proud of the region of the world we live in. We should be proud of New Jersey. I know a lot of people use it as the butt of jokes.
No, there's not.
But I love where I live. I think that we have everything at our fingertips, and there's a cost to it, absolutely. But I don't know if I really would want to live anywhere else.
Listen, it's the buzz about East Brunswick. It's what's happening here. All right, guys, we're just getting things started here with episode 26. Thanks very much for watching us on ABTV and, of course, streaming us right now on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Music, and Amazon. So we'll take a look now in and around East Brunswick.
Hi, my name is Dan Losick. I'm the Director of Public Works in East Brunswick, and we're going to talk about what we need from residents to have a partnership with the township to clear the roadways properly. Please remove vehicles from the roadway so the township crews can efficiently and effectively clean the roadways to allow emergency vehicles access. During plowing operations, the township will work on primary roadways first to keep those clear. Then we will proceed into secondary roads to keep those clear. Cul-de-sacs and courts will be the last to be cleared, and we ask for your patience and understanding. Additionally, do not shovel or throw snow into the roadway. This defeats the purpose of plowing operations and creates a hazardous condition for other drivers. Weather and storm events is a partnership between the township and the residents. We ask for your cooperation in refraining to drive on the roadways during these weather conditions. It will help us be more efficient and more effective in our duties. During a major storm event, we're all in this together. Help us help you.
Good morning, Greg T here. About to show you how easy it is to go from East Brunswick Tower Center to New York City. Coach USA also offers 10-trip, 20-trip, and monthly passes that can easily be purchased online or in the app.
What's good about the commute is every 10 minutes to Port Authority, Wall Street, or crosstown. The peak rush hour. So this is what people in East Brunswick look for, is frequent buses to New York City.
Start Ticker now. 40 minutes from East Brunswick to New York City.
It's easy to rest, relax, and even get some work done while commuting on Coach USA.
40 minutes from East Brunswick to New York City.
For more information, go to CoachUSA.com. All right, and we are back, continuing episode 26. Hey, are you keeping up with the Olympics?
I've been watching it pretty regularly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful area, isn't it?
Oh, listen,
Not
Italy
like
is
the
gorgeous.
snow that I see out here right now, which
no.
looks like crap. But it was great when it first came down. It looked beautiful. But now
you can't make me laugh. I got this cough I can't get rid of.
Go away, as far as I'm concerned. If I was a genie, I would just blink it away, but I can't do that.
I was just saying, I don't think we're losing the snow here until mid-March. It's unbelievable.
That's like Chicago weather, right? It usually
Right.
snows, but it don't get more snow than us. It just never goes away.
This is highly unusual for New Jersey to have this
Yes.
much snow at this time like this. Right, we've been very lucky over the course of time that we haven't really been hit with many huge storms, but this one really got us.
Yeah, that's when all my Florida friends usually call up and ask me how
Right.
the weather is.
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Right, right.
They want me to call when there's a hurricane down there? You
You
could watch the news. You know the word. And it's like crap here.
So
you know that.
But you are following the Olympics and the Olympic hockey, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what do you think about
They're doing great, aren't they?
the women's hockey team?
They are on fire.
They are. So they're already in the medal round. So they're guaranteed to get either silver or the gold. But they are just unstoppable.
I don't want to give them a kin of horror. You know what that is?
The Jinx.
Yeah, you don't want to do
Oh,
that.
gosh,
Like,
no
I
kin
guess
of
I
horror.
know Elliot Malinan, the skater.
Yeah,
He was like supposed to
from
take
Virginia.
gold,
Right.
and then is he from Virginia?
Yeah, so he's from Virginia.
Right.
And
I
then
think
he
it-
fell.
and right.
Oh,
so that was such a disappointment because I think we put so much pressure on these athletes with all the media coverage and the
Agreed.
commercials and all of that stuff. And then when the lights are on and you
Yep.
got to perform, sometimes the pressure just gets to you.
Well, he even said that too. He said that going into it, he had heard, followed the rumors that he was the lead to try to win the gold. And he said he just kind of like it got to him and it got to his head.
I think it just gets to
Right.
some of these people. The pressure is, immense. I don't think it gets greater than that.
You're on the biggest stage and the whole entire world is watching you in every single
right.
country.
But
They're
the
all
girls
on.
are doing great.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're doing really well. And they are, maybe because it's a team and they just have to get it together, but they're enormously
really good.
talented.
Oh, real talented. There's been just a little debate and I'm just going to throw it out there for you to see what you think. There's been a little debate on whether or not, the Olympics should continue in the fashion that they're going with allowing the professionals to play hockey. So what's your thoughts on that? You think they should ever roll back to where it once
To like
was?
the Miracle on
That's
Ice.
where it was in the 80s, right? Where it was like a bunch of great kids from college that came out to play against. My take was that Russia and a lot of other, countries always were using professionals. But so we had no choice but to bring our professionals.
Right. I mean, either you all do it or you don't.
That's
If
what I
they're
was
going to do it, then
Right.
we have to.
Yeah.
But all things equal, that's the Olympic spirit was supposed to be about amateurs.
Amateurs, right.
So, I think that if all things being equal and you made that a rule for everybody,
Right.
that's what I would prefer to see.
I get what you're saying, but yeah, right. I feel bad because it's like two wrongs doesn't make a right, but it's very difficult to have our amateurs go up against professionals.
Exactly.
It's
It's in the same thing with virtually all the sports, right? Our
Right.
professional basketball players come out. I
Same thing,
actually
yeah.
like college basketball better,
Right,
for
they're
that
exciting.
reason.
And they're playing hard, right?
Right.
Well, I've enjoyed it. How about curling in the Olympics? It got so crazy over this weekend. I noticed it was all over social media. Team
But I
Canada.
do actually find people now more interested in it. They're learning the
curling.
rules, and they're actually like into it.
Yeah. It is so fascinating how curling has become such a fascination that everybody's like really into. But yeah, over the weekend when you had Canada yelling at, I think they were playing against Sweden. I'm not even sure, but they had the disagreement. They're dropping F-bombs all over the place. I was like, wow, I want to watch curling now. I'm so into this.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So the Olympics is all these different sports where you're like, I'm not really into it. But then once you start to watch, you're like, I got to watch the skeleton.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was actually a sport, but
Right.
but
Right.
it is. That's one that scares the bedoodles out of me. If someone gets hurt in that, you're done.
Yeah, so I was talking with the camera guys beforehand, before we started, and same thing. Yeah, he was mentioning is like the skeleton. You're just like on this thing head first, and if you lose control, you're slamming into a wall. You're done. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I'll pass.
Yeah, I agree. Well, listen, we have something really big that's going on here. Starting out March 22nd
Yes.
is going to be the grand opening, the official grand opening of the East Brunswick Ice Arena.
Speaking of ice and cold and absolutely, and hockey.
Yeah, so how are things going? I would assume that the arena is just it's doing really well. We had our very first hockey game there, which CBR won,
They did.
which is terrific. But what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's one of those things where folks that weren't really certain about it, now that
Yeah.
they actually start to see pictures of it and the excitement being generated around this facility opening up, has actually caused people who were maybe on the fence to rethink, wow, this really could be a good thing for the town. That always happens. There's
Right.
always doubters.
Oh, you're gonna have them for sure.
But the opening of the rink is exciting not only for folks that live here.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us the ability to say that you really don't need to leave East Brunswick for everything. You can do things in town with your kids and not have to leave. It's providing jobs for many of our youth.
True,
right?
true.
I want them working.
Yeah.
I think there's value to learning how to
Oh, yeah.
to have responsibility and make a little money and be able to.
the young generation needs to learn how to work.
They
That's
have
right.
to do that.
Yes, they do.
It provides opportunities for the businesses in our region
Mm-hmm.
to benefit, whether it's just parents that are coming in for long weekends, tournaments that we'll be hosting. It feeds the restaurants, it feeds the lodging, and it really does become an economic stimulant for the township and for our businesses. And so for everybody that wants all these best restaurants to come here and nicer quality restaurants, that's how you get it. You got to
Right.
create demand. And we want there to be a fair shake for all the businesses that, especially the smaller ones, we want them to have a fair shake. So we just awarded a contract to the vendor for the concession for the food.
Oh, you did?
And
Oh.
that's a local person. So again, all of these things, it's never just one thing. Will the teams grow? Certainly. Will the sport grow?
Yeah.
Parties, facility use for things other than just hockey
right,
and
right,
figure
right.
skating, which is also going to be something that we promote there. But it's that 5, 6, 7-year-old kid that has a party and his parents bring everybody out onto the ice. Got news for you. In 15 years, that will be your star hockey player
That's
or
right.
a great figure skater.
Right.
That's how it starts. The love of the sport.
That'll be great.
And that it starts from the silly little party. It's
Yeah.
not so silly.
No, listen, you're right. It'll be really nice to see someone become a professional and say, I owe it to East Brunswick.
And
I
we've
went to the-"
had, right?
Yeah,
the
that's
Heather
really neat.
O'Reillys.
With
We've had
soccer.
with
Yep.
soccer. And we've had
Couple football
Sam
players.
Mattis was a shot put. So we've have our share. We want to make more.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be great to have somebody.
We
come
have a
from
young
the
lady
hockey.
right now who's on the hockey team. I think she's going to be someone else who's a standout. She's early in her high school career with the team.
And who knows, we can have a future figure skater going to the Olympics.
all of that,
Right.
I'm thrilled.
That is really neat. That is really neat. So on March 22nd, everybody can come on out and enjoy it. It's
They'll
gonna be a
have
huge day of festivity.
some skating, learn to skate.
Yeah.
Devils will be out here cross promoting.
Oh, how do you know that? Tell me. Do tell.
Yeah, so they're going to come out, and they have programs where they will provide some of the equipment for that people that want to learn to skate. That the cost is the equipment is very high.
Yeah, I do.
So,
I did notice that we are working together with the New Jersey Devils and some of their youth programs,
Right.
which is really nice.
which is
about.
nice, and they're well known to do that around the state. So they'll be here. They'll have laser shows and things that are going to be going on and throughout both rinks.
Oh, great!
And so it's a full day, but I think it's going to be exciting. They will be putting out a schedule fairly soon of what's going to be going on at each hour. But come out.
Great.
And even if it's just to see what the facility looks like.
Everybody's going to want to finally just do a walkthrough. We promoted it so much.
Yeah,
that the doors will finally be
it's a
open.
lot bigger than people. Everybody says that when they come in because they only see it from the side.
Yeah, it is so grand. It really, I agree with you there. It is a lot bigger than you think. When you walk in, you just can't help but to be captivated by its size.
By the size.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is beautiful. Yeah, hats off. You guys did a great job.
Yes. And kudos, by the way, to our planning and engineering department that was overlooking every step of it, and the Parks and Recreation team between Mike Reisner and Keith Kipp. I mean, they really did a bang-up job on this, and they deserve really a massive amount of credit.
There we go. All right, guys, we're going to take another quick little break. This is another look inside and around East Brunswick, and we'll be back here with more from episode 26 of The Buzz About East Brunswick.
Welcome to the East Brunswick Ice Arena. As you can see, we are getting really close to puck drop here in what I believe is the premier arena for New Jersey. We've got two massive NHL-sized rinks. The ice is already laid. The East Brunswick logo right in front of me. Our two Zambonis, locker rooms. We've got community space, beautiful snack bar, and perfectly located for families and for East Brunswick residents and the surrounding community to just have a great day of family enjoyment. We really can't wait to get the doors open for the community to enjoy. This has been a long time coming. It's a beautiful rink, state of the art, and I can't wait to see you here right on center ice.
This is an important message from East Brunswick and the East Brunswick Police Department. The East Brunswick Police Department has announced its transition from Civic Ready Platform to Everbridge, a leading emergency notification system designed to deliver faster, more reliable alerts to keep residents informed during critical situations. Follow a few quick and easy steps to get signed up or to continue in receiving East Brunswick emergency alerts. Simply log on to eastbrunswick.org. Scroll over to Public Safety. Scroll to the left and click on Emergency Alerts. After clicking on Emergency Alerts, you will enter the Emergency Alert System Everbridge. Scroll mid-page and click on either Community Alerts or Emergency Alerts or both. Once you click on Emergency Alerts, you'll be directed to get started and to set up a community profile. If you choose Community Alerts, you'll receive news and announcements from Parks and Rec, Waste and Recycling, Taxes and Utilities, and more. So build your community profile and stay informed of everything in and around East Brunswick. All right, guys, and we are back. Just getting ready to finish up here on episode 26 of The Buzz About East Brunswick. And today is a Tuesday, which we always see the podcast on Tuesdays. But yesterday was President's Day. Yeah, so, a quick question about President's Day. And I know that you really do enjoy history, especially about, here history in the United States. Who was your favorite president and why? And I'd love to just know and pick your brain about it.
Right. I would say that my top three.
Yeah, give it to me.
Right. Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt.
Okay, so
Abraham Lincoln, honestly, Civil War, he kept the country together during our greatest time when we were, most amount of lives ever lost in any war was done during the American Civil War.
Okay.
So
I figure for sure you were going to mention Abraham Lincoln for sure.
Yeah.
I probably said
between that
right.
And the fact that he abolished slavery, which was something that the founding fathers were unable to get done at that time. Took 100 years or more to finally get to that, but we did.
Yep.
And so clearly, number one.
Right.
Number two, I say, Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt helped create broke up all the trusts and created the American middle class, which is arguably the most important and powerful economic force in the world to this day, the American middle class.
Yep.
And broke up the trusts. In fact, really want to get into it. We actually are right now at a point in time where there's a larger difference between the poor and the rich than when Theodore Roosevelt broke up trusts back, when he was president. He also was a big environmentalist and started a lot of the organizations that we're so comfortable with recognizing today, like the Boy Scouts, and recognizing that as the middle class grew, they were going to ultimately be the ones that manage and control government in the United States, and they need to be trained in a way that allows them the skills that would, up until that time, only have been available to the rich. And so public schools, Boy Scouts, all of these things to make sure that you got the training that you needed to be able to become leaders. So that, I think, goes to Theodore Roosevelt. And then Franklin Delano Roosevelt got us through the Depression.
Yeah.
Created stability in the banking industry. He was also the president during World War II.
Oh, right.
And of course, he didn't make it until the end. That he died in his fourth term, which is also something we will never see again. Right? We changed the Constitution after that.
Listen, you're teaching me right now. This is like a learning lesson. I feel like all my history teachers, they're like, "Do you see that, Greg? You listen to what he's saying right now." Like we were trying to tell you. Yeah, please go on.
And no, I think that those are three monumental presidents that had long-lasting effects on this country long after they were gone, and did an enormous amount of good.
Listen, that was a great little lesson right there. I'm very impressed.
There's been others that I think that are that have been very good presidents, and of course there's those that drag up the bottom.
No, I get it. When I started thinking about presidents, I never really got that much into politics. But I remember when Obama was running, and I caught on. I was like, yes, we can, and I had my button on, and I was so proud. Like I felt like the Obama era kind of like brought me into understanding a little bit more about politics and about presidents and about things like that. I don't know what it was, but I think
that their leaders should make you want to contribit back. They should bring out the best qualities in an individual and make them want. Wasn't it John F. Kennedy said that ask not what your country can do for you, but what you could do for your country.
That's right.
Right? The Peace Corps, all of that stuff, it appeals to your better angels.
Yeah, right.
As opposed to others that tear us apart.
You're exactly correct.
That is what a president should do.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And I don't care what party they're from. They should inspire you.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly it. It didn't matter to me what party Obama was about, but he was so
he peddled hope.
I agree.
Right?
Yes, we can.
Reagan appealing to your better angels. That's what you want leaders to do. You want your children who are watching that and watching somebody in the White House represent our country. You want to be proud of everything that he or she says and does.
That starts from the top down.
Then it starts from the top.
That's correct. That's right. Well, there you go. So there's our little observation on President's Day. We have something really neat that's happening. It's the 17th annual Fast Break Buddy Bowl event. It'll be happening on the 28th of February, which is next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. And you've always been a participant there. You've always been a part of it. And I want to talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's also another event where those that have been leading that group also demonstrate what it is to be good citizens by looking out for those in the community that need the help the most and make them feel welcomed and not separated and not special, right? That they're really just part of the whole community.
Yeah.
And it's really heartwarming when you watch that event and you see the outpouring of love and community just on a basketball field. Nothing has to be overly expensive. It doesn't have to be sophisticated or technological. It's compassion.
Right.
Doesn't have to cost a lot.
But you could see it in the players, the kids that day. They're so
those
proud.
that have been organizing this now. There's new people who have been doing it, who've moved in and taken over, and their mission and their goals and their commitment is the same. And often you find in a lot of communities that those that start something are good, and then when eventually they can't do it any longer, it kind of dies and falls apart. This has not.
That's right. Yeah. No, I agree. So I'm looking forward to that. And that again is the 17th annual Fast Break Buddy Ball event. It'll be at the Churchill Junior High School, and it's on the 28th of February. So if doors are open to everybody that would love to come on out.
And they should
support
just
them.
come out and support our kids.
Yep.
All of them are our kids.
Yep. And then in March, March 15th, it is the Daisy Breakfast.
Another, obviously that is a fundraiser for the Daisy group here that also has been around for half a century.
Yeah.
Right. So our commitment to those in the special needs or neurodivergent community is such a wide spectrum of folks that fall into that. But that's something isn't new here. We've been doing it for a long time, and the Daisy Breakfast also goes back for many years.
Last year I attended.
They raise a lot of money.
I couldn't believe. Yeah, it was a huge outpour of people that come and they donate.
Well, they do it over
great.
at the Hilton because it's the only place here that can hold 1,000 people.
No, it was a great event, and I look forward to it again. I'll be there again this year. But yeah, that's fantastic. Just like you said, that you're right. That some organizations, they have an event, and then there's a changing of people, but then it kind of like falls flat. But these two have not. They've always continued, which is great. And
That is good.
There's such strength in these organizations as well, which is great. And I look forward to it.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that does it. Anything else you'd like to lay down on us for episode 26?
I don't know. Just it's a privilege to be able to speak to the public about the things that are going on in the town, and sometimes this is how they find out about it. And I really want them to come out to a lot of the events we spoke about.
Yep.
Show your pride living here in East Brunswick.
It's a
I
good
think
time
there's
to
a
be in
lot
East
of things that are going on that are enhancing the community, providing more services for the community, more opportunities for our kids. These are the things that everybody's been asking for us to do
For a long time, yeah.
Whether it's upgrading the stuff that's being done at the mall and other places, people want better shopping, better retail, better stores to shop in for groceries. They want more opportunities for things for their kids to do here in town. We're doing that. Doesn't happen overnight. We're not genies, but we're doing it, and we're doing it in a way where it really hasn't affected pocketbooks. We're trying to get as many other people to contribute to that, to help us, and to do it in a smart way where we could provide those things at low cost. Everything doesn't have to be expensive, and every single time you want to do something, the knee jerk shouldn't be, let's raise taxes.
No, you're doing a great job. Everything and that is key as well. No one wants to know that their taxes are going up. No one wants to know that.
No. Well, we could do it.
You're doing a great job. You're doing a really nice job. Nice job, Mayor. Doing a great job.
High five on that, right?
All right, guys. So that does it for episode 26 of the Buzzbot East Brunswick. And we will see you guys soon for episode 27. And you guys enjoy. Thank you very much for watching us.
Thank you.